Good morning. Welcome to He Reigns Church. I'm Marie, and I have a question for you. Do you walk by faith? Now, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7 says we walk by faith, not by sight. But really, do we? Think about that for a minute. If we go over to Matthew, in the end of chapter 14, we read the story about the disciples being out in the boat, and it's dark out, and they look out across the water and they see someone walking towards them. And it says they were afraid and they were thinking it was a ghost, but it was really Jesus. And he said to them, "Don't be afraid, it's just me." So Peter stands up and he says, "Well, if it's really you, then have me come out there on the water." So Jesus told him, "Come on." Peter climbs out of the boat. He starts walking on the water towards Jesus, and the wind is howling and the waves are lapping at his feet, and his fear caused him to sink, and he cried out to Jesus, and Jesus grabbed him by the hand and pulled him up and set him in the boat. So was that walking by faith, really? I don't think so. It says that the disciples were afraid, that they were scared. So when Peter stepped out of the boat, he said, "If it's really you," if is a doubt word. He wanted proof. And so Jesus said, "Well, come on, step out of the boat and get over here to me." And so Peter did, out of fear. But he was still afraid, even as he was walking on the water, even though there was a miracle going on around him. He's walking on water. But he was afraid. It was out of fear, not faith. And he fell in the water because of that fear. How many of us do that? We get out of the boat, and for whatever reason, a lot of times it's fear, because we are afraid what other people think. We are afraid what other people are going to say. We are afraid what other people are going to post about us on social media. So we follow along out of fear. Sometimes it's just the fear of the alternative, that we follow Jesus. Jesus says, "Get out of the boat." So we do. But all around us are storms and waves, and we're scared. And we fall. And we get back in the boat. We build up a little bit of faith or a little more fear, and we step out and we fall. And life becomes a series of getting in the boat and falling out of the boat, getting back in the boat, falling back in the water. And that's not how Jesus wants us to live our lives. He wants us to not care what people are going to say, what people are going to think, what they post on social media, what they whisper behind your back. Don't be afraid of the things in this life, because they don't mean anything. The only thing that really means anything in this life is following Jesus and not being afraid of what's going on around us. Because our life in Jesus is like, if you've ever been in a hurricane or a tornado, they spin, and they spin really fast, and they tear up things as they go along. But in the eye of the storm, in the eye of the hurricane, in the eye of the tornado, it's really calm. Nothing's going on inside of there. Everything's going on around the calm. And you know what? When we follow Jesus, he's our calm. He is our eye of the storm. And as long as we have faith in him and we walk toward him in faith and not fear, everything is going to be all right. I just want to encourage you today to don't be afraid. No matter what's going on in your life, don't be afraid. Follow Jesus out of faith. I'm Marie. This is He Reigns Church. If you like what you see here, give us a like, a share, a subscribe. If you have a comment, a question, or a prayer request, leave it in the space below, or you can send us a private email at church.hereigns@gmail.com. God bless you.